Yet this is another edition of Special Kachaa. But you know, educative one all. You educative Kachaa with Karamoba from inshallah. Nin Karamoba Kachaa jang ata so janyu wula rola. Kachaa obviously you don't want to make it anything any topic specific. We just have a few things that left a Karamoba Karangabulu menna. Of course, the topic also the menna budget on la Karola menna specifically. But we want to have a conversation here, something really casual because niajibe Karamoba mbesulala ka I'm fahamundiri ko dola anin ka ko dol karangabul wol dol mu kulle de men yalon ko wol they are just beyond politics, so it's not just about politics and current affairs. So definitely it's more like a learning session for inteni mbonyo jama beji. So Karamoba ngi kontong ngi bismillah, thank you very much for joining me ngi bule ne mo la ñokon jani nga dum programme ko.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Fang ye kontong yala listener sol pe kontong. Mel ke la programme la may mel ke follow. Assalamu welcome to this very special Saturday.
Yeah.
Gambia it seems that today is the day the weather is changing. So you breaking a little bit. Hello?
Yes, very well.
Ango Sumaya kana saying.
Sumala ball attack. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, but it's welcome because for the past 1 month it's been really hell. For Kando was
at least Sumaya
was over. Yeah, well, it seems like we are heading into winter time, Hamatan. Yeah, which is welcome weather today.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah. No, akabeti aja because yala on Africa mandali bake indola katera bake suokono, but akabeti ala it helps you save a lot of energy. Tilo na kan it makes you restless. Yeah, understand. And especially nimari activities or it becomes very very difficult. Ita for recover no. Ela recovery ka diamoga siala. So na ibga na sino fana so no baka ate kono kandia bagono. So fana ka mul badali. Bakara ba obviously
No, it always reminds me of a statement by the Singapore Prime Minister. The former Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew. He said to be the man, may alonga tele Singapore Bondi. From a third world country to a developed country. And he was saying that when he became Prime Minister of Singapore, way back in the 1960s, the weather of Singapore is very hot, just like the Gambia. But he was saying that one of his first priorities is to have an air conditioning in every government office.
Efficiency. Yeah, efficiency in that.
Yeah, exactly, because his argument is that when it's hot, you cannot think well. So in order for government officers to be productive, the place needs to be cold. So it's not a thinking and the heat is Africa. It shows you that your productivity is low.
Absolutely, you become comfortable officer and I remember for Miral Kenya. How many years do you go for no and next water of Akuda after water around Fanokana time ni cognitive ability can decrease le anum harban by nature nim batata fana cognitive ability fana aka decline ne so bajala ko official to anendo good la the performance ning about affect naturally almost
exactly
Karamoba, wala is very interesting to have you because imagine introduction of control unless you know so that bill left you know because yeah mola mudu me ko experience do bakale for the political aspect is also there, which is also a very interesting part. But we want to learn, we want nga kacha nga nyo fabandi molie nga nyo konodo dia come ye kran nyo konodo dia, because I know there are a lot of things come nga men fo no birimbe sa kan kaidan dila come ko system mo nyi fon in general nana kran la karol and even nana budget fon la. I will not want to go specific mbele fele ke nyi ka budget la as a matter of general as generally, yeah, understand, because near jibe pattern on can repeat le the same issue wala kana almost every year. So wala na budget, I don't even want to go into the specifics. I will you can when you do your own analysis, but me laf la kan ngaro ke menado wala me yemol bondi kuto je akonyo. So follow karamo ba commencer la mena wala ñi ko when it comes to the issue of administration, yeah, understand, na banko ka ngalon ko nga inefficiency jamal lel soto nga problem jamal lel soto, but comme yalong banko anala e quand même fo ndebe ko kare nin tulo me dasa continuo be dasal anita mo mo jeme yalong ko yes set up in ken nole ye institutional do ye set up nole kay ku start no from scratch. So anu ngalon ko you can very easily womu knowledge the most men translate no into government ya ke kutume yalong ka be mol nafal. So I just want to ask you, ite amena ko Nyimbanko bete nyameng, seeing it from the Jawara regime, coming to the Yaya Jammeh, coming to Barrow. What do you think is the consistent issue? Maybe Alanko is missing. Kabri mol la karola bang, and Masakunda, not just specific to just Masakunda, come mol in general and also Masakunda, be mumecho. What are some of the things that we need to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the government?
Yeah, I mean, yalong budget atela budget is coming atela ka bankola direction defined. So wala na niko a budget it's like a plan in figures.
Yeah.
So neither from 1965 up to now, when the finance minister comes to read every time to read the budget, we see that key issues and directions of the country are defined. But what I have seen is that in the 1960s or late 1970s, that's when the Gambian economy started taking shape. So what the Jawara regime attempted was to, first of all, apart from the infrastructure, which I'll come to later, they wanted to build up the productive base so that the Gambian economy will be sustainable. Now, Niaje, the first strategy was a cash product, to have a cash product. And peanut, to come in Tiola Gambia, the first cash product, you can say.
Yeah,
they are the cash product. Yeah, so, for almost the first 10 years of independence, the Gambia was able to maintain healthy foreign exchange reserve balance. And the revenue may along come also come from Kyoto. The groundnut was being exported. So and the price of groundnut in the world market was good. So the government was able to, let's say, balance the books because world market peanut was good. But what happened in the middle of 1980s, 1984, 85, apart from the effects of the coup d'etat in 1981, yalong kukoy nata 1981.
81,
and kukoy lana ay banko murundi komale. But anim fenne fanang benta alanarake the world market price for peanut went down.
Okay.
So walatina and ibajela otumo Gambia started having food crisis. So government yemenke wolamu the economic recovery program. Otumo Mama Ikava Siripse Kuba Sise was the finance minister. Yeah, so what they did was economic recovery program. Ya yemenke wolam kamanza kundala budget cuts to reduce the budget by laying off the civil streamlining the civil service coming ka mansakunda dokula altala. All the sectors, education, agriculture, etc., more bondi, and they gave some people maybe some things to go and benefit themselves.
Lay off.
Yeah, purke lay off. So that because the idea was let's have a sizable government because most of the expenditure was in government expenditure, maintaining government employees.
So in essence, they came up with an austerity measure, right?
They came with strategies, very good strategies. And those strategies, obviously they have to do them because never depending on peanuts count. And then the mall market price for peanut goes down. Your foreign exchange reserves were exhausted in 1980, in the middle of 1980s. So you're not able to pay your debts.
You cannot finance your debt. Service your
Yes,
debt. Absolutely.
Your domestic and your foreign debts, you find it difficult to pay them because the foreign exchange was going down. So that's when the Jawara regime came up with the economic recovery program. Of course, they have Tessito. Yeah, Tessito is like in 1965, but they came up, with more Tessito. Yeah, people have to sacrifice.
So in essence, it has always been the voluntary approach to Kadoko Masai.
Yes, PPP mantra of Tessito was the fact that the development of the country has to come from
the people
inside. Banko dingli teosity puruka banko doku wala nyanta banko bondela.
Makes me really proud.
So now that was mid 1980s. Obviously they tried, but along the PPP regime, the problem was just one thing. The administrative failures in terms of particularly administrative discipline and fighting corruption.
It has always been there. Yeah.
Ibajala way Jawara la Mansakunda weekly. Yeah, because to boost up a domestic production, you have organizations like GPMB, Gambia Produce Marketing Board, for processing groundnut further, so that near process into further processing, it can gain you more value. And then there was the cooperative, the Gambia Cooperative Union, responsible for buying the peanuts from the farmers.
The cash crop.
As a cash crop. So at that time, institutions like Gamtel were basically just coming up. They have not been playing a central role. This were the central.
Taking shape in the economy.
No, they have not taken shape. You also have the NTC, the National. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm my God.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm my God. Yes.
Yes, so therefore,
call them now,
economic situation. Where I think
it was the interruption on your bank. Okay, you can continue. Yeah, let me just create a banner and communicate to him.
Hello? on my side.
You can continue. You can continue. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll hit nga kalam da ama funya but nga kalam da I account I call le soro. So obviously call ka wakala. Ni call ke moy call soro don jama jama na be streaming na. Interruption also le. So jama jama what happens is niatar nungo ya plan ahead. Aka men fenke da bage. The best thing is to just normally ka fen ko ge ka funya di la what do I call it again? Focus mode if you iPhone malon you think do Android ka fa nyame. Okay, Amurundan Kurang is back again. Yes, karamo ba ka mo la sa ko rek.
Hange mo la saying I sometimes call
them near call so la ka ke nyama. It's nothing to panic. Call
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Nga understand come de call so jama jama no ke da bra.
Yeah, call le natanun.
Yeah. Okay, you can continue, inshallah.
So I was talking about the structural issues in the 1980s. So corruption, yeah, wala nang kafoko corruption is a spoiler because yedo go Kenya niman corruption control is always a problem for your economy. You cannot recover. So some of these institutions like the NTC, the GPMBA, the cooperative, the Gambia Commercial Bank, the Agricultural Development Bank, they started having governance problems. So with all government problems, corruption problems, some of those institutions could not sustain the expectation that the government wanted to use them as engines of growth. That's one problem. The other problem was lack of diversification.
Diversification.
Yes.
You lose your line of thought. But question
yes.
mind because the area of corruption which maybe we'll end up discussing in depth a little bit. But you cast crop for left analysis the fact that we don't have that ground up. Kabirin tol bebe karamo de lave cash crop. Ndel ngalo wala ko yana wala kama cash crop. But I feel monkey. Yeah, understand? So almost buka do kuno anyama come mba supplement la nyame and also ala basic economics and financial ko banku na tarno kala after economy e sabati afana nyanda sonna fenso la be même bondila especially ni lafte la currency fond stable lafte economy e bete afana nyanda fenso la le quand même export bandol ka importing so mbela fila pour comme la analysis ni kono isa ma koy no yeng rek comme isa ne recommend no musa mena keno mantiol sodo nyame and do fana koton do safeja. I think those were all important things. Kotondo do ya safeja mo be diamala man fo ya fana kilo bulata ko anoda cash no even do ara fana tata a jolonta le do manin fa disappear.
Yes, because Ibajala, depending on peanuts alone, coming depend groundnut damankang is a problem. It's a fundamental problem. And currently, near Jibe found there are a lot of possible cash crops in the Gambia. Casual bijele.
Yeah.
You know, and so many different types of tropical fruits. Now, near you just look at a place like Radville Farms. Radville Farms is more like and on other things, and they export it to the supermarkets in the UK or in Europe. So if you have a good logistic network, there are a lot of Gambia produce Gambia export knowledge as a fresh food, organic. It is organic food in Europe. You know, some of them also you can process them and then before you export them. But whatever may be the case, we have to export something. We must sell something to the outside world. Otherwise, we will depend 100% on the outside world. Now, the same thing with the fishery. Fishery was supposed to be another outlet. Yeah, but the agreements that they sign come in your from Abuka Tambi Gambia Lavon sometimes.
You see?
If you sign
Number four,
agreements with,
compare to a barman soto, na babale soto.
no, there is a lot of fish in the Gambia, both freshwater fish and saltwater fish.
Saltwater fish.
Say, and say, nila bolong kono, kono kono furolo and all that. There is no system of processing and logistics to bring it out to the market. So the River Gambia still has a lot of fish. Overall, kono olbeni nyolam. Yeah, but and then the Atlantic Ocean, now they give the license to the Europeans. Europe. In Senegal, there are so many fish processing factories. Some of them even owned by Senegalese. But how many fish processing factories do we have in the Gambia?
The one that for Chinese sold.
Yeah, so that's the problem. So the economic base. May alongo walenganta the economy support like to diversify, to export. Foreign exchange natimolia right now in the Gambia is only tourism, and that's not enough. Even that is lacking, and it's not enough.
Okay, yeah, just comment and divert demand wrong. Can you tell us what you think the impact of comment, because tourism la Carola, the one of the most discouraging factor upon arrival at the airport, this airport security fee. In the Netherlands, we are one of the most successful in the world historically when it comes to tourism, because I used to work in the hotel industry here. Ngajele atara fa futa tembe time fo masa kunda fa wat tourism discourage kam pour kana jang bage in fact il fallait jang kara dula doldo Netherlands blado but comme government set data for you achieve but not recently kibaro do finde ko tourism because jange municipal council tax le kan per night taxing ngol le kan pour que discourage na it has but all that didn't work. So but ultimately na radio ko iko levy dole la atina molka borijanna ni mol men lafta dunana je katare Belgium do katane Belgium la ila dundulani la findi dulaka ka Belgium di dola dundulani findi dulaka ka German. So Gambia fana we have a security fee. What do you think is the impact of such levies, especially for an emerging economy like ours?
Yeah, it's very serious because I've ended at Banku Jamalto. Maybe I've been to at least 30 different countries, but you arrive at the airport and then they embarrass you with pay $5 or pay $10.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment.
It's an embarrassment. I mean, they're embarrassing our guests. So if you call yourself the Smiling Coast, I mean, people arrive at your airport and you wipe the smile off their face.
Wallahi, kawaku. It's very sad.
I mean, how do you promote the country? Tourism, you cannot forget tourism. $10 or $20. No, that's not the issue. When people set up from their holiday and they want to come on holiday, they don't want any kind of psychological stress.
Yes.
So when they arrive at the airport, just process their passport, give it to them, let them go.
Let them go. Yes.
Whatever money they have with them, they meant to spend it in the country.
Wallahi.
So after spending in the country, after budget maybe buy gifts for the family at the craft market or to buy some to enjoy some domoda in a local restaurant. And then they will put at the airport or they take a whole tax. For what are you taxing them?
If anything, you have $20 memuda. Comme eka dongo da men fota me alon ko maybe abasa na sister kilina bulu me alon ko abala family le fit kan le ye palat fula nyong o palat saba o palat nani nyom be kodora ya mutabul.
Yes. Yamuda and wo kodo fan kata min dole because in the budget ndemo kodo fan mo in the budget.
So kodo nyima follow no anywhere kata dame in the budget.
No, but I don't see it as an income source. Yalawo is one of the issues. One of the MPs, Sise, I think is Lami Sise from Jawara. Yeah, he raised that, or from Kiang. He raised, they raised those issues. There are some fundamental issues because budget of Fenadol will be marketing. where are the income flows? And I think Cham also raised it. Where the income flows? Yalam budget only. Nenero bijele no.
So come ne to be daman do tak ngai ko to indicate bar daman to chokiri men ko do nati. Blado ye mo do itandi.
May tolka may itandi ka emphasize men kan okay. The customs department, tax income and non-tax income. But actually, Niajibe afang every department in the country get some kind of every government department. They have some revenue.
Some revenue, yes, yes.
Yeah, so some of those sources it may reveal. So yeah, that could be that can encourage a lot of things. Because the funds can be diverted, and then there will be no accountability for the funds.
Yeah, absolutely. It is really wild to even think of a publicly known source of revenue is not reflected in our national budget.
Exactly. And you know, when the Jawara regime, the Jawara regime, with the agriculture, you have Chinese rice and then the rainy season rice. You have Chinese mano. And in Baramano. Baramano musama konolet. Chinese mano wakana tilikando around this time. Or January, February, March, before the rainy season. So Molka Mano Doku on a large scale throughout the Gambia 2 times in a year. And the projects of Jawara, the amount of money mentioned, and now Niajibe, they have billions in projects. So one of the MPs was asking, Nyim project all ibuka audit by the auditor general, some of them. Coming KMC or Sival Menge Nina de Gabogo ha nyim kodo mambo Gambia kodo nyim bodanang World Bank le nyim bodanang Japan le nyim bodanang America le so Americano le
Mayor for ko they did not even treated that money as a revenue of the council. They even did not. And he also said auditing and everything in line with EU laws, which doesn't even make sense, because who is going to enforce such laws in the Gambia?
So in Gambia, in the Gambia government, this project funding, they are doing a similar thing.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
They get about 15 billion a year on projects.
And still no proper accountability.
No proper auditing of those funds under the excuse that Gambia budget outside. That's a scam.
That's a scam. That's a scam. Yeah, I agree completely.
Yeah, so those projects without accounting for them, abalafa water. Niko agricultural project is a yeta jara bureng. Wanda eta sutukung eta oto eta kuda ye molla farol ta ye berol jurma molla farasilol ka ye farol balang tintindi. Barni bota je wo project wo farol fan ke doku fan ka kole ale.
Yeah, failed project was here at Gambia.
Too many projects, and still now no rice is being produced, man.
Yeah,
because all these projects, workshops, nice vehicles.
In fact, comment side note from Emaje ko nanata workshop of la Carola. Ikoye culture dole datu ka na Gambia bonsa kunda do kula ka nyo samba mburle Senegal Dakar kata bungol taje conference central kata workshop wala je ka kodo tinya ka kodo domo karamoba.
Oh yes the project monies are really bad accountability.
Sela Bunja question you can read it on the screen.
Akonyadi.
Uncle, how do we solve these problems you are saying? Because your problem jamal la fujante.
Well, we have to have a change, man.
No, this one is an educative kachaa. This one we will analyze, but we will bring you back to the solution. We want recommendations, we want advice, we want analytical solutions.
Yes, you know, first of all, the assembly must exercise their powers. The assembly must make sure that these projects are audited and properly accounted for. And the other lingo auditing, I don't only mean like paper auditing. Because their project on that, 1 billion, you go to the provinces, you spend it. After 1 year or 2 years, we should go back and see whether this project, the objectives may along go to increase food production or further process of what is the effect? What is the results?
Come a year later, the intended results are achieved the farmer achieve.
Yes, regularly. That should be regular reviews at all levels of the government. That's necessary. And you know, the agricultural product, how the peanut Gambians are so used to peanut farming. You know, it's almost like a culture.
Yeah, I'm not proud of
you see, and it's like a culture. So you know, but when you look at it, the peanut farmers of the 1970s are richer than the peanut farmers of the 2000 of now.
True.
Yes, we know peanut farmers. Ndola grandfather they went to Mecca with peanut. Yetiole wafi itata Mecca. But say aniela tio wafi and Dakar farm is a problem to go there.
I'm very interested in this because you know I don't know if you know this about me. I'm very interested in history. I am very interested. I like past historical events. But I still want to bring you back to the issue of peanuts. Yeah, understand it. Because you full tata nyolale and they declined massively. So what do you think? I left the capitalist approach, because you can be a very good analyst. The capitalist approach and the conventional approach in a mello. Wala nyindi ko momoga tiesene faye alla kabila kungodo alla sukuno kungodo efansun kungodo yetioke faye. Basos ka kodo di mola such as the one Yemen tried was it Jali and Pajar, which I mojama outrage lenu. 50 million was given to somebody. I understand later he refunded back the money, okay? But 50 million was given, I believe, to Jar, you know, prior to okay. So, but not that one specifically. But I want to ask for the approach of giving finance to people, large amounts, that corporation versus individual farmer enhance. Which approach is best for Gambia?
No doubt, the individual farmers have to be empowered. Because Nikata citing near farmers meaning Nitara Komsole Muna Nalbuka Farol Doku sign. One of the problems they will tell you, lack of machine.
Yeah.
Lack of equipment, lack of technology. You know, because of the rural-urban drift, because of education, you know, there are not too many able-bodied young men and women left to farm. So you need mechanization.
Yeah.
And we had mechanization in the 1970s. Otumo power tiller, every village you find power tiller. 1, 2, 3. Every village you find tractors. In the 1970s, tractors. My grandfather had a tractor in 1970s. So, but where those equipments are, you take it from all the farmers and give it to 1, 2, 3. That's an extreme kind of capitalism that will not work. Maybe it will make those people rich. Maybe but the individual farmers, there are thousands of farming people. They have the knowledge to farm. Itole tamu ila farolti. Itole tamu ila kunkolti. They already know how to farm it. But they don't have the technology to do it. If I'm coming for at that point, coming for about the peanut, ajiberek, nete la tiyo wafi B. Nundo maybe 1970s, near la tiyo wafi, you can pay school fees for your child. You know, you can feed your family. Some people can go to Mecca. Some people can build houses. Models ila bunlo no jere. But the beating, ika price man dila for tiyo, niela tiyo wafi B. Maybe niela debts jo me along ila da pansol me ya don't talk before sama kono ni old bondi je you are finished. It's finished.
Yes.
Your money is finished.
Yeah.
There is no further processing. Gambia Tiobuga process again in this country. Nunto Saro Bijele, they process the peanut into oil. And peanut oil is very good. Sai katulo na tipai. Sai katulo na tibuka la gabo dame fang. Mo nyinkuran jankarol membe keri wolbe mu wala timan.
Yeah, and I was speaking with somebody very important about this. Guy got the sudden death in Gambia should be investigated. The sudden incapacitation. In a mokatra jela kribu boy, you know, and being the society that we believe in superstitious things, which I'm not saying does not exist. People very easily affiliated to those things. But you know, if you are not consuming good food, sudden death besiagale.
That is because of the food, the diet. The diet is poor and unhealthy.
Yeah.
We have a very poor diet. We bring a lot of things because Gambia manke bankoti me alonko nienyi wafima molka jibele what is the manufacturing date?
Yeah,
what
ingredients.
is how many calories?
Yes.
How much of fat? This is not a country of that. We don't do that here.
We just consume.
And many
of the products that Gambia consume, we do not have the capacity to test from.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The product, the manufacturer, the importers are taking advantage. Yalo akai le funti raja moli aja because it's a medicine. And then they didn't let people start dying. But there are so many akai here, you know. Silent ones. Because the food that we consume, a lot of it is questionable. Tulo kana mol bugalan tulo ka bodameng and mo bele ka tulo dom.
Yeah, tulo ka do bake
we don't know anything about these oils they are bringing, and Gambia has one of the best sources for oil which is peanut.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so now we don't produce it. Then we bring oil, any kind of oil into this country. Everything, nothing is tested. We don't have the laboratory. The Food and Drug Administration, they are there, but do they have the laboratory to test all these foods? Yeah, so you see that the health-wise, the country is in a health pandemic, silent one. Because of the importation of food, there is lack of control.
Absolutely. Okay.
So we must have an organic agriculture. We must invest in agriculture. And then to empower one or two businesses, that is politics, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is nowhere in the world where the feeding of the country depends on just one or two people. Which country?
Wallahi.
And Gambia has so much. Jahal Pachar is just one. There are so many Jahal Pacharis in this country.
Yeah, Mofo Kanun Dole, Ngako, Jahal Pachar is a good guy, but the entire Nyaminas, you know, I'm from Jara, you know, late 90s towards early 2000s, yeah. I've seen our people, but I'll not stop over time. And I don't know what you think might lead to that. But what I'm on the Lamolu, is it Jamara? Jamara alone, okay?
Yeah.
You sort of coin your but the only reason can you told me was because our people used to live Jara East, and go there, kata cultivation olaji.
No, that's why I'm telling you.
So when you go to the Jara West, they have ample swampland. Jara West,
no, this CRR is all swampland. Yeah, I've been to Dara Jahali Pacharle. Even to I love our village. There you can have 2 or 3, 4 Jahali Pacharis in Kudam.
You see?
And then you go to the south, the North Bank, CRR North.
Exactly, yeah.
The same problem. Everywhere is water, and then everywhere is a rice field, but they cannot farm.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And the same frustration is what I have when it comes to harnessing the sun. Puruka tilo nyintaka kaya ni mole dronka energy de kar kurang sodo. Ansa ambe generate kotol malala dron karamoba.
Yes, we recycling of energy. People are exploring renewable energy in all kinds of forms. But now it is costing us billions. And it's not renewable energy, it's not consistent energy, it's not reliable energy, and it's very expensive.
And it's not sustainable as well. You
it's
see,
not sustainable.
Germany, the last time I checked, close to 70% of their source of energy is all renewable energy. They are going towards 100% very soon. Sure. Can be 100%. It's incredible.
Fossil fuel, yeah. That's not sustainable because now it has so many structural problems. You know, somebody told me, but car power. Car power supply you maybe 100 watts or 100 megawatts or 20 megawatts, whatever it is. But you don't have the infrastructure to distribute that amount of watts. That's a problem.
That's a problem. They don't have the infrastructure.
And then now for these people, the capitalists have no interest to decentralize electricity or encourage renewable energy.
Really?
No.
Please enlighten us.
Because now it uses large amounts of different types of heavy fuel. And this heavy fuel, they are always fighting over it because when you are the importer, and then you are bringing in billions worth of heavy fuel for the NAWEC generators, it's profitable. So if the capitalist class are sitting on that amount of profit, do you think they will encourage renewable energy?
No. And just to add, to be clear here also, the director of NAWEC himself he owns a company in the area of energy production. So obviously,
that's conflicts of interest right? Everywhere.
Yes.
Conflicts of interest everywhere, Afam.
And you remember the audit report, you remember Mabokang, with regards to NAWEC, I told you they're heavily implicated. I got access to, I leaked Taladung and I got it, you know, and then I trying to threaten me with it. But you see, the man himself, the director, inevitably, I told from he was implicated in several scandals, wherein sometimes a follow company benefiter was sometimes, you know, deliberately ignoring the rules. Obviously, that man will never want this energy business. Government have sustain no, because I don't have any business.
No, if the cabals, if you want to know how the cabals control the economy, you study NAWEC. From ordering of spare parts. The cabals.
So spare part of an can busaje.
Yes. You know, in Gambia, procurement is our #1 problem in this country.
One thing I know, in that leak audit report, the issue of spare parts will be here. And that's where he himself was implicated, the director of Odunda Jele.
That's what I'm saying. When they say this part costs you $1 million, you come and bring it for 10 million. Who is going to pay the price?
Poor taxpayers.
Yes, we'll pay the price. At the time, Jammeh NAWEC debt was about $30 million. Omujoleti Gambia kodo.
$30 million.
Yes, omujoleti Gambia kodo. Omujoleti afam.
I cannot remember that, but let's say 50.
Every 10 million is about 700 million. That's about $2 billion.
Huh? Allah.
Now, do you know what happened? So, do you know what happened?
What happened?
That debt, before Jammeh left, was transferred to the central bank.
Debt transferred to central bank.
Yes, because now it cannot pay the debt, so the government had to guarantee it through the central bank.
Okay. And the logic, their logic?
And who? That means the taxpayer. That's our bank. That's the taxpayer's bank. It's transferred to the taxpayer.
Oh, these people suck, man.
So that's why when you look at the budget, you see the parastatals, the burden that parastatals, we are carrying the parastatals. The inefficient, every corruption in a parastatal is coming back to the taxpayer.
But parastatals so bad that's why I don't want us to put a tag on this conversation, because you know a lot about this system and the Gambia in general. Social security, I mean, it's a scandal big amount like a bari kukilim kweta ibelore million ye doku lalu nimpa bi ringolu ni tara fo retire wili kilin nam wili kilin kema fula ni berita. No, it's very sad moba ni be service of ankora. One man told me his father served for almost 30-40 years. When he was leaving the service, he left with like way under 100,000 man for 50,000 or something, or maybe less. Peanuts ikawala dealer kodini.
No, it's very sad because
can you enlighten us a little bit about the social security scam? Because it all
social security scam. What is the good example of a social security scam?
Tell us, please.
You contribute
every month
for 30 years or 40 years.
A certain amount, 8% save to social security. A certain amount is deducted.
Yeah, so you contribute, and then all that contribution you make for 30 years, 40 years, you are still renting, and the name is Social Security and Housing Finance.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's a scam.
It's a scam.
Yes. How can the people who own the Social Security, which is the workers, and they call it housing finance, you contribute for 30 years, 40 years, you don't have a house.
Forever.
Yeah, you die renting, and your family continue to rent.
Wallahi.
That's a scam. Afang.
That's a big scam. I agree completely. It's a scam.
No, why? Because okodo me yalonko wale janta housing finance kela. Mansakunda kasi okodo le ikabunta ikamera ko tia durang.
Ikadomo kendeke
fam.
Be don dala ngaji le ka GTS senyol bel dondo kata bosol sang ikabeleke.
No, that is the cash cow of the government for the past 30 years. The amount of funds that the Jammeh regime took out of Social Security is almost 10 billion, 7 to 10 billion.
Wow.
Of pensioners' money.
Yeah, the regime cow.
Yes. You remember the Aljambu ferries, the Aljambu. Aljambu ferry.
Aljambu, yes.
Is bought from the pensioners' money. But so that's really? That's not the problem. You know what is the problem? The ferries themselves were 419. They never work. So there are so many examples like that. How can the pensioners get a house?
Wallahi. Wallahi. Wallahi.
They are renting.
Anike la kodo kundu karwo kari. For sanji tansaba, sanji tannan,
Yes.
dol sanji talun.
So the scam, Afang, you know what is the scam? The scam is this. You all believe in the saying they have subdued the workers, the Gambian worker is subdued.
It's under social
To
security
believe
scam
that we all accept the social security scam. Why? Because we believe that social security womunyinatiko edoku okay for fusa e namaya need irritata carry you go there and they give you little bit to go and buy katun ndavola mano maybe mburo
wallahi.
but no housing for you.
The housing for you don't scam. They have successfully done that because I
Yeah,
a lot of these pensioners.
it's no more. You know, it's no more housing. To say that we allocate people land, is land the same as housing?
No, man, come on.
Even the land they allocate 10%, 5% don't get the land.
Yeah. No,
That
the
5%
percentage
you
number
get
of
the
people,
land. Yeah.
the percentage
You
number
give
of
land
people
to
is very low, and also among social security. Comment, it's like individual land from the. It shouldn't even be like that. The workers are
no,
concentrated
it's
in.
not. It's not social security and land financing. It's social security and housing financing.
Thank you.
Yeah, but yeta epego lo ikavo mole ila land ila plot. How can a teacher build a land for
You
himself?
see, Karamoba, Wanela Kachaa is very important. It's very, very important to have you on this kind of Kachaa. Because you see, even though I've never seen it from this, I was about to say, because urban area in the Dokula concentrate jail. Why not your bungo loe je? Kaluaso preso tala dulkam. Yeah,
Of
understand.
course.
But in fact, you highlighted a very important issue. Well, you go there. It's not a house. It's not a land.
No, it's a house. Every serious government must build for the people. Build.
Yes.
In Europe, in every country in Europe is like that.
Yeah, low income earners. We have a
In
housing
China,
companies here.
in China, it's like that. In Singapore, it's like that. Malaysia is like that. South Korea. In Rwanda. So before you become a serious country, you have to build houses for your people.
Yeah, you have to build. And Rwanda is a typical example of that
Yes.
socialist approach of social housing provide more. It doesn't.
Of course. Whether it's a capitalist country or a socialist country, you must build house for people. In Singapore, a place like Bakau, Talinding, Bundung, you will let Yabe Yabe build again and gave it back to the people.
Imagine your modern infrastructure.
Yes, that's how they build the country. You have to break it and build it. The government must build for the people.
Yeah, any government that cannot build, to be honest, is not to be trusted.
No, it's not doing anything. It's not doing what are you talking about? Roads. Another scam I'm going to tell you. Ikantan lanso ko ke ko ikantan na internet ko kunturu ko. There is another scam that is going on.
How did?
Yes, in broad daylight. Go Avang. Jawara, how many kilometers the bill of road?
But
Jawara, no, wait, Jawara bill from Katong to Basse. Or from Banjul to Basse. Huh? Sino tinyata ya Jammeh bill kotake. Abotaje from Bara Esau to Pasamas. In both lengths of the Gambia. That's how much. Is that not 400 kilometers?
Yes.
Barrow 400 kilometer bill mitole.
Barrow go at 2000 bill.
Barrow konyol from Kudang to Mayo, from Kudang to Mount Fana, from Bureng to Sudukum.
Adi. Ya berola bonja asawundan dolla la berola bonje. Ay
No,
berola bon dolya. Asawundan la berola bonga tamit.
from Barokunda to Atoniva, Sadeji Toniva, Wellingara. So those are the things Baroba Siso Kosikambe Najam. But Jawara and Jammeh, each of them build more roads than Barrow. But you know, yes. From Banjul to Basse, Afam.
Omanka chaka road.
Woman ke chakanti, 400 kilometers left. Huh? Bara to Pasamas, how many kilometers? Almost the same. Huh? So, but the funny thing is, the money that Barrow borrowed is equal to the money of Jammeh and Jawara borrowed in dollars. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. In 10 years. Yeah.
So what's sila do kola?
Yes. Jawara be silol billa wato men. Wotumo ka konkol farale. Bansan konko, Nema konko, Jahali konko, ite all konko lonne. Do you know? Those are the yes. Those are very difficult. Yeah.
Even if you don't go there, you heard about them. You know,
yes.
From
Banjul to Basse Abemu Konkolet.
From Kiang, you know, I can remember concrete examples all the way from Kiang, Kanajara for Danyamina, you know, Afab Basse Abemu Konkolet. Yeah, you're right.
In those days, people were dying in those hills. Moto katale fire cell is pastan to I Busandi.
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, before Jawara built the hills.
Yeah, somebody say Bansam, very, very important.
Jawara built the hills.
So Jawara will left far.
Yeah, Jawara Konkol left far. But you know, it's different. Now look at him. But if you take Jawara's convoy and add it to Yaya's convoy, is equal to Barrow's convoy. They're driving more cars than Jawara and Yaya put together.
Yeah.
They're borrowing money like hell. Huh? That's that, and then they're telling us ko Baromu nyadi lam silabili mansalamba for silabili mansalam for babili mansalamba.
Babili mansa. Ngara wo yes kam jamala wa nyar janne. Baringo mbadu kana saying nga tangu woro bari ngane fala fengoro because there was a lot of noise going on. Modo en kola akonya karamo bani electoral medal them. No, we are not going specific into any current case. But akonya ko ala corruption kelo medal akonya ko ani system o medal nyolade. But I can you tell us a little bit about that? Because umari konya akonya sa won koma.
Yes. Ninga dinding jebe ibe podi na internet me yalo ko Sanneh mobile phone so to ila ko kan njelela ke I just block delete. When I came from university, I worked at the Islamic Bank. It was one of my first jobs, and I was an auditor. And that was 1998. I had just graduated from university, and then I qualified also as a chartered accountant.
Yeah, since 98.
Yes. So the bank is owned by the taxpayer mostly, largely. You know, with the Islamic Development Bank in Saudi. So I was an internal auditor. To cut a short story short, and as usual, ngaje kol katama me yalon ko ma understand nga safer okay. I investigate, I write. We are suspending you indefinitely.
Yeah.
Ani sama mbeo suspension okono more than almost 30 years.
Yeah, you go suspend indefinitely.
Suspension forever.
Huh?
No, from Gambia boy, it's not easy to fight corruption in this country.
So, but yeah, there was concrete evidence for something wrong was going on.
Of course, that is why Gambia is full of scams, man. The bank is maybe 50% owned by the taxpayer. But why is it privately owned today?
It's private ownership.
Because the only reason why banks changes hands, under unfavorable circumstances, when the bank is failing. When the bank is failing, you have to change the ownership.
They come with new management plans and strategies.
Yeah, so you sell the public interest, you sell the public shares to private investors who will come and shake the bank and then maybe make it a private business. This is how the taxpayer lose the bank.
Okay, so Arab Gambian Islamic Bank was first private and public, both.
Yes, it was jointly owned. Jointly owned by Social Security, the pensioners.
Oh.
And then, yes, the pensioners had a big interest. The pensioners were some of the biggest shareholders in the Arab Islamic Bank.
Allahu Akbar. Mbela Bank la woti?
Yes, that's how it started. But corruption uncontrolled and then inefficiency, the bank suffered, and then they have to shake it and then bring new owners and then maybe sell the public interest.
So public say you be private private citizen investor ma.
Yeah, so mostly now the public has lost control.
Oh.
So you see, I was fighting corruption. I was fighting corruption since 1998. You see, almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So
somebody was aware of some of your fight with the elite. Social media
that time, there is no social media at that time when I was fighting corruption.
But you still send letters.
I send letters. I take letters to Central Bank. I take letters to the everywhere, all the public institutions. I take letters there. I can nudge boy.
But in qualification on men
no, they cannot do that. They set up at that time. What more than I decide? No. Let me just go and then create something whereby I can create more people like myself to fight this corruption. Well, Jollof Tutors is not a business. It was circumstances that forced me to leave the system and go and say to myself, I think I need to grow more people like myself to fight this system. Yeah, so Kabri work at a bank. Yeah, they closed everything. I said, no, I'm not going to work for anybody. I'm not going to apply any job again. Since it's they have chased me out of the system. Everywhere I go, Central Bank, nobody is listening to me, nobody. And that was during Jammeh's time. I was blowing the whistle and nobody was listening. So I said, no, you know what?
You were still insisting that there is systemic corruption.
Yes. I never give up. I said, I'm going to set up Jollof Tutors. I'm going to set up something and I will teach lots of people. Lots of people, they will come back and challenge corruption. That's the spirit. Because already I have my ACCA. I could have gone abroad and then work there and leave the country. No visa. So within those moments, when they chased me out of the bank, I got an American visa.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I had to make I had to make a decision. Go at this moment in that was in the year 2000. 26 years ago. Go if I go to America, I don't think I will come back again. So I had to make a decision. Am I going to run and leave these people? Or am I going to fight back?
Two choices.
So I decided that no, this visa, I'm not going to honor it. I'm not going anywhere. I will stay and fight corruption.
Kawaku.
That was 2000, the year 2000. The visa was 2000, September 2000. I got the visa from the American embassy. So now, me and my friend, we got visa. My friend left me there. He went to America. He spent 10 years there before coming back.
Imagine at that age with your qualification, if you
I was
America, bro, straight do column.
No,
you know,
at that age, Nintata America, I will not come back to work in the Gambia again. I will never come. So now I said to myself, no, I think what I should do, let me fight them back. Let me start a school and teach accounting. And then there will be some people and accounting and technology. There will be some people I will be able to convince to into the system or produce who will come back and fight.
Wallahi.
That's how Jollof Tutor started.
You have the soul of a honey badger. Like this fighting spirit in you, I admire it.
I found the country is not easy. You suffered, man. Anywhere I go, honey don't go for any left out blood over. They don't at that moment when I left the bank, they don't want to give me. Everywhere I go, I find the mafia.
Mafia, yes, we did do that.
But another interview, you know, the day I decide that I don't want job from anybody anymore in my life. I went for a job. One of these banks was starting. Nigerian, all they are establishing all these banks, Access Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank, and so on.
Yes.
I went for the meeting, one interview, one of the banks to be the head of finance. I don't know, head of audit or whatever. I have the qualification. I was the most qualified candidate. But then by that time, my problem with the bank was fresh. I met the cabals. I met them. They were waiting for me.
So you cabal was siring tek panel or the
mafia tala siring boy. Even batunga interviewed la mputa dandunta sita. They called me last. I was the last person they called. So, you know, they started asking me small questions, professor a little bit, and then one of them, the chairman, he's not alive today. Akonye, you know, trying to preach me like you have to be careful, you are young, you know, the problem you have with the Islamic Bank. Guy, look, did I come here for Islamic Bank or I come here for an interview? What do you want to go interview Tinyatale already? I go no. Gambia monkey to fight corruption in the Gambia. It's not easy. No. To fight corruption in Gambia is a war.
Wow.
No, everywhere you go, it's block like everywhere it's block like. Akonye, you should be careful. Go look, Mr. Chairman. I don't come here for you to give me advice. I come here for an interview. But now I cannot tinya do man tinya kendeke. Yes, he's connected to them. I know the connection. I cannot say it here because Yalong Gambia be family thing. Yeah, but Ngalongo is connected to them and they know everything about me. Social media mantara caring, but they know about me. That was 2000. Mr. Chairman, I don't come here for you to give me advice. You call me for an interview. If you have no question for me, let me go. Don't because my issue with Islamic Bank is I don't come here for you to give me advice. They were surprised because they thought that I wanted the job so desperately. But no matter how much I want your job, I have to tell you the truth.
Your integrity.
Coming interview like I told my family I'm not going to apply for any other job in this country again. From this establishment, I'm not going to apply for a job from this establishment. That's when I decided to either go to America or to set up Jollof tutors. Yes. I decided that no, I will not go to America. I will set up Jollof tutors. I have witnesses. You ask them, they will tell you.
No, I believe you. Common sense.
Yes. So Jollof started to fight back the system. The purpose of Jollof tutor is to fight the system.
To fight back.
Yes. But even after establishing Jollof tutor, Imam Bulaje. No, Imam Bulaje afang. No, they don't leave me alone. Why?
So another correct beta pass can
event pass can but yalong ya Jammeh ibuka kidi ya kol ke ya Jammeh mambakalam. Yes. I have a letter from Ya Jammeh's office.
Oh really?
Yes, to say that the good job you are doing, we are aware. I don't want to join the government, they know, but they know that I am contributing.
So, but remember, what triggered them to write to you? Is it because so many of your negative reports when they did their investigation, is contrary to what Kurang is doing?
No, Ya Jammeh Ben Savela letter by that time, Jollof has gone almost 10 years.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, that was around 2008, 2009, or 2010.
Yeah, what I'm a boom can because already I think by then I have completed my computer level 1,
exactly.
level 2.
Exactly, but
Brikama branch.
Yes.
And then so I remember ila mol kana no radio to le so comme ka nyima 2008 that what mo be peak le no dama kana radio fo to le competition dafa wona nga
exactly
awarded me
exactly we started training people from it's not easy but Jollof near preparal but they never closed me because Jammeh was here.
Ne civilian comme Barrow nyaka signa civil lam wala kabal kilim fo be state house. You know, let's say one of them is president. You know, business
yeah, Jollof closed in 2017. 1 year after Ya Jammeh left, they closed us for 1 year.
Oh, really?
Yes. This country is not easy. Gambia, if you want to fight corruption, they will fight you. That's what I was telling the Gala boys. the fight is not like that. It's not a 1 day fight. It's not a 1 year fight.
No.
If you want to fight corruption in Gambia, you have to fight. It's a lifetime fight. Yes. So in summary, this is the alhamdulillah. Within 20 years, Jollof, thousands and thousands of people, more than 20,000 people. Now I see them everywhere.
One of your students already audit farm. You produce a lot of people.
I have students. I have ex-students who are millionaires now. Some who are PhDs, professors. The Auditor General, he was my ex-student.
Kawaku. Why I felt like for these people, naturally you were their target. ala neng al bulala ala doyandi social media is because yaje mo barakari mo ya lonko they know ko you ye knowledge fon ne non do so da nyam you are a threat to them. Ya understand?
No,
Because
if you
nye fa amuro kila ye bang corruption wala e ka fole nyi nyanda badela.
no if once you understand them and you can see what they are doing even before they start, they don't like it. So they in Gambia now, when they use people in the social media, when we were fighting the system, how can those
mislead, you know, because some
how
of these
can
people
those people
you
how can those
they
people
don't
stop
even
us?
know.
How can those people stop us?
Ita no le be fon le fon batandi kam fa, ibe fon le batandi kam fa.
They became cabinet ministers. After leaving Jollof, I mean, after leaving the ACCA, they became cabinet ministers.
After completing ACCA with you at Jollof, they went straight
Yes.
to state minister.
Yes. You, Afang, the system is, Gambian system is very difficult. Nyumbanko is very difficult to fight. When I was in Jammeh Commission, Surata used to tell me, Akonye Gambia manke onyamade. It's not easy to fight in the Gambia, you know. Yeah, because he's close to me. Yes, he's close to me. The Gambia, they can follow you. No, he tell me plainly, because this country, boy, never fight la boy. You are in the midfield, they go through the wings. Yes, they will penetrate you from the wings. They will hook you. They will hook you from the wings, you know. So you got to be ready, because at the commission also I faced a similar situation, because when he told me that there were some incidents, Afang. One day we will talk about them. There was a big man in the government. At when the Jammeh Commission started. So he was a big man in the transitional government, and we are supposed to serve him a summon. Yes, so my staff, they are from the government. So if you ask them to serve a big man in the government, it's difficult for them.
Yeah.
So he was dodging the summon.
Oh, really?
Yes. So and me, I never worked in the government.
You never work in the government.
So I'll summon or dinala dinanang.
So remember na dindi wala na be ñoo fekk kana ko borom bori wala ke ma bu hide and seek iko al samono dindala na.
No, not all office bukaje. They don't give him access. He doesn't give them access, so they cannot see him. Yes. Ngoy ga ala dinana al samono dinanan.
Say samono ke jadi dal.
Nga dogo telephone jita ularo fitir mafam. Ngoy ga ala kordabe min tole. Iko yala kordabe explain yen ngo drive ole alin sambaje. Ala korda konon nga staff jele boy.
Yeah.
Hi. By force. And he was very angry.
Oh, really?
Yes, he complained up to the chairman, containing someone not at the fellow smoke on a staff day.
So literally, Gambia, he wants to make it look like Kata normal Sokoro is disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly. He said I disrespected him because I went to his house to serve him a summon.
Wow.
No, but if the people cannot access you in your house, I'll go to your house.
Of course, about office work. So obviously, yeah. As no office secretary I don't want to be served.
ndara security bije paral bala so kono bandada je boy ngata sira la sta ko parale mbota from the Jammeh commission paral man stop ndara fa salo kono nga sab je boy mbelori. I'm just giving you an example of this country, how difficult it is.
Yeah.
It's because in one thing, when we were in the Jammeh commission, we used to say, Ngaboko motente fafambay la jande. We used to say that moten fafambay la jande.
Can you interpret that for the young ones, please? Yes, before.
Yalo Fafambay was an investigator. And he ended up being investigated.
So wala na biribe commission oto ika fo motente Fafambay.
Motem Fafambay means I am an investigator. So nobody will use some slight excuse. That's what they do to you in this country. When you investigate them, they will end up investigating you. It's not today. This is 1981. The Gambians have been doing that because they plot against you when you are the investigator. You know, it's avant Wandifa sisering dole mutade. After I even ninsi le no mai ko ngaja sisering mutade. Atam vida tempa fang.
Distraction.
Yes, they must distract you. So that's what we always say is ama easy afang. You cannot say everything. Yeah.
Having said, I understand. You know, we go into more current and specific issues, but we will not. Everything is time. Because Karamoba Nalia cross Kabula as Alafatala Jammeh as far as he wants to. We will not press on any issue. You know, Londiti Balam and Molen for America is responsible. He knows what to talk about and what not to talk about. So we will not push on certain areas. So, but already, if you are watching this program and you are not enjoying, then obviously you don't mind eating Hamidona. But this is one of the most interesting programs that I've ever had. So, but Karamoba, all these things that you have said, all this made you made the viewers see you or understand you to be a very vital character when it comes to government and governance. So, what can you tell us about your political future? In order to translate, because we already want to see this helping the Gambia. We don't want this to disappear just like that, or just be on the side watching. We want this to be part of the system. So how do we do this?
So what you said about, what can I say about what?
About your own personal political future, Mbol.
Yeah, about, you know, journalists have always been asking me. You know, and you know, people know that I joined politics maybe in 2021. Before the election, I feel that I have to get my voice heard. Because classroom is not enough. The classroom is only a few people, but I need to come out of the classroom and start speaking. So in 2021, I made that decision to join the race. And I ended up being disqualified by the IEC, very dodgy, but this time around at the easy. So to cut the story short, I went to PDOIS. And I think what is obvious, 2026, obviously, I want to see that there is no second term in this country. There is no more than second term. I don't want third term. Nothing personal against Barrow.
Yes. But as
I never disrespect Barrow. In fact, as a person, I like him.
Yeah, even me, I like him as a person. Even though I like statement me akabuko akaya nkodo mawda yankuba akabuko ngab men la kan bring amra momo ko bodo kuliadali. I want him to withdraw that statement actually. But maybe
Akonyadi.
ngabla ka fo damendo ko akaye yang kuba muda ka fo ko aka fa fa ko biringa muda ko boda la kuliya momo fa okay I will just
hello
yes mema kana yalo natar non ko ibe setup kan karamo ba yalo memengala ikamola karamo ba ikamola okay lafta karamo bala reaction also la on this specific video la nga fole ko isela setup keno bari nga je wulta maybe lafta charge la le nga esa falla ni la moy
oh the battery
come on mbele fle la reaction la on this so maybe se esa falla moy follow fo yes settle eka moy la hello okay what I'm gonna do is because Karamoba can always join back so Karamoba yes mana jindi ba jaw ka sa muruna fay no ano fana ba message la so nga esa fall la moy jang this is something that I want to
dama gom ne suma boké ci coalition bobu dafa wara mëna win kañoo jiital dafa wara doon kuy win te bugga naa it ñu jiital ma parce que ñooñu ñëpp amul kenn ku cee toog wax ne man bëgguma jiitu nañ waxante dëgga am dégg naa am na ku wax ne waaw Essa Faal mu ngi joxe criteria boo xam ne criteria boobu moom la suut bon dëgga bon mérité naa ko xam nga li important mooy nañ jiital candidate boo xam ne mun naa win an electable candidate suñ jiitalee koo xam ne du mun a win dañoo daanu.
So among all these opposition candidates yow kan ngay jàpp ne is the right person.
man Essa Faal waaye nag dama la bëgg a wax ne emut ci man rek keneen tam koo ci laaj daf laa ne moom parce que lu ko mooy bon amul njëriñ pour ñoom ñu nekk ci but li ma bëgg a woon mooy this is not about me. I'm not here talking about me. This is about suñ buggee ànda ci yoon boo xam ne dafa gudda suñ jaar tëral sarta yoo xam ne mooy tax ànda gi yomba ànda gi neex mooy ne su dee dañu tànn ku ñoo jiite naka lañ koo tànnee foog naa ne war nañoo am sarta yuñ taxawal ndax buloo ne ki ñoo jiital war naa mun a gañe ndax loolu warut a bokk ci sarta yi ba pare tam ne ki ñoo
nomba si tamit ndax warut bokk sarta yi ne parti bi moo fi ëpp doole
waaw xam nga loolu yëpp lu important la
waaw
parti bi moo fi ëpp doole sa xalaat la rek ci lan nga ko bées
statistique
déedéet béesuloo ko ci benn statistique
lu tax
déedéet yaa ngi ko bées ci historical data
no but statistique yes
waaw ok déglu ma rek
ok right
mooy li ma wax mooy ne su fekkee ne ci loolu rek lañ loolu kese lañ ko bëgg a bées bon jarul ñuy dem élection gañe wi Barrow wi gañe na ba pare parce que soo ko bésee ci statistics win na de by 53% of the vote.
Football match sax bu game di start da nga gis ñaari team yëpp ñu dem head to head xool seen previous games yi ku win léeg-léeg si la gars yi ñi nga pondit si lañ doon predict ne game bi kii moo am higher chance kii moo am nangam because of the previous game.
You are predicting
yes
a higher chance but is it actual?
Sometimes prediction daf lay ñëw nekk right.
Sometimes do they nekk right?
Yes
exactly. So ñun li ñoo wax mooy ne let's have a fair method of choosing a flag bearer. Waxuma ne sa weight as a party should not count. It should count. Lu tax du count? Dafa war a count. It's important. But it's not the only metrics. It's not the only criteria. There am na yeneen yu gën a important. Ndax sax ñun kañoo tànn doon am na jikko yoo xam ne moom lañ bëgg ci njiitu réew.
this time yooyu yëpp dañ ko bëgg a saytu.
but yooyu yëpp dafa important di.
moo tax kon correction bi ñëwaat dafa am solo mooy 2016 coalition. 2016. ndax kon du loolu du jafeel another coalition because ñu bëri dañ jàpp ne that 2016 coalition dafa am lu mu yóbbee Gambians yu bari
xam nga 2016 coalition. Gis nga if we do not learn from history, so we will continue to repeat our mistakes. Suñ defoon say 2016 an education requirement ci coalition.
pour ku ko war a jiite.
waaw ni ko noonu tey duñ nekk fi.
nga jàpp ne président Barrow waroon ko jiite.
déedéet waxuma loolu de dama ne. dama ne.
loo bëgg a wax kon.
li ma wax lu leer la olof pire laa wax.
ne bu ñu defoon education.
olof pire laa wax dama ne. suñ defoon education as a requirement.
waaw
ni kon tey duñ nekk fi nekk fi Gambien yu bari bëgg nañoo am président boo xam ne at least am na.
Okay, ala baraka baɗigol ne esala ñim moyle, and this is just one of the many do famo be jamina ofana yala moy you wait on Karamoba. It is very disturbing esala kuma jamalel moy when it comes to the issue of malamba the coalition, which are very very disturbing, but alhamdulillah me menkela dorong ñing tembola saying minananka chairman banyina very important discussion fana mbo fana ko wala jang mba try to take advantage and opportunity pour ka ñing natina jamelanko wala kada yanko wala diamo di melanko. It has to do with ñing development. I think this is one of ala very very one of the most interesting speeches actually. I make recently in Tengamen Lamo. It's a very interesting one. So now yet patience to the draw. No fana la moy esa ñin diamu jamal lek, to be very frank with you guys, but nte man content disappointed la fana, but esa multi mela on defo I don't like to go hard on him, but his perception, I think there is something seriously wrong with Esa's perception. Okay, keba ma kam dana de karamo ba kam dana la abe load kanne, so as you can see mba bondi la follow I better background, so baral salonko Karamo Bana he's loading anyway. Ala secondary device on camera wala ñindi. Yes, Karamo Babe load kane. So mba jindi la doron nga so chance la. Bari nga yankuba la ñing okay, Karamo Ba kam da stable tala say. Nga yankuba jindi follow. Then nga Karamo Ba at stage to ba jala ko se conversation o continue no. Karamo Ba ni mbara say kam moy ko de iba moy ka.
Ange moy le malam fay fanan kam moy.
Mbe moy kam very loud and clear. Akita la comment ko be bota jedro ya to dame amurunta na wolto everything is clear and solid. So bari Kachaa
great,
so
great,
radio
great.
bare ngeni ni kanung political journey ñin la ni se ko ñun sa tenteni no bat yo be ñade me setul len ko di.
No, I'm using a different phone now. The battery is okay.
Okay. I don't want to keep you longer than 2 hours, because no there's some access without calling. But Kachaa be diari mbakele, we just want to continue. We just want to continue talking about
yeah.
Yes, please. Can we kindly continue?
Yes. So I was talking about my political journey.
Just to refresh your mind, in fact, I'm all hamendile. So UDP Mkolo. I don't want to pin it to any political party, but that's the fact. UDP Kajamale Bafoko, Karamoba and Ananjang. And then you started explaining your own political journey back in 2021. Bria start decide you leave the classroom, come to politics, you went to PDIS. So I just want to ask you, in a political future, just feel free to share with us what you can share with us in the public domain. Because abe tempo demand be share mo jama la fon ka fon defon we barun ko be na wati ninin karamo ba ko membe ko karamo ba la ko and decision important and Karamoba is very responsible about the time and he's going to do the right thing at the right time. So but it's a man for no more publicly, kindly please share that with them, because I think I'll do a great deal of injustice to my audience. They have been pumping me with this inbox them bang, comment section all them bang. It didn't fall the camera by the way ambassador like Nadia Mudala, I want to have also on, but I the fun and come and get wrong comments and you see. So, but it I made a discourse. A lot of people do talk to me about this. Kurayena, what can you tell us publicly about your political future?
Yeah, maybe to not to make it a long thing. I think I would definitely not be going back to the PDOIS.
For coming officially, what a PDOIS?
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing official. We just making nobody. I never go this far to tell anybody any questions. So I don't want you to ask.
Sorry, my break there, but you don't want to.
I just give you a statement, but I don't want you to ask me too many follow-up questions.
Okay, no problem. So
Yes.
We continue.
Yeah. There's going to be an official declaration maybe in December of what I will do. Yeah, of what I will do, and like I said, I already said that the UDP is the best way, in my opinion, to remove Barrow. I don't have any personal problem with Adama Barrow, but I think that the third term, every Gambian must make sure that.
Actually, malafke distract from this topic, which is very, very important. But so there are video nymbole play kanong. So definitely, while as you speak politics, I would want your reaction to Ezra Kumagong. But first, you can tell us about your own political future, follow. Then we come to the issue of Ezra.
So what exactly do you want me to tell you about my political future,
Okay, then we move to ESA now. We move to ESA. I think you have given up, giving us enough information. So ESA the main focus in essence.
Yeah, because I tell you there will be an announcement.
Yeah.
There will be
and we are grateful.
There will be an announcement of what I will do in December. In December, surely. Certainly. And I will tell you everything, when the time comes. But that's not far. That's just next month.
Okay. So when it comes to the issue of potential coalition, regardless where you are as a citizen, what can you tell us about coalition and the possibility of a coalition for 2026, and also the importance? Because as I come for saying there is no empirical evidence guide and you go 2026, we need a coalition to fight to remove Barrow. I vehemently disagree with that. But with anything as a coalition, I like to treat it with respect and calmness. But I felt a little bit agitated by that. Anyway, I just want your reaction to the issue of entirely corruption, coalition, and the need for coalition to remove Barrow.
Yeah, I think in 2026 there will be coalition, but there will not be one coalition, maybe.
Okay, you believe there will be many?
There may be one or two, or maybe three, but I think the UDP coalition will be the main coalition, I believe.
Okay, but how about the need?
Yeah, the need is there for the coalition to be just one against the incumbent. But, even 2016, it was not one. There was Mama Kande. Yeah, so, it should be impossible for you to have only two candidates.
So coming, the idea of, let's say, the entire opposition coming under one coalition banner is something that is not realistic, but it's also not like a spoiler. We will only have a few here and maybe one or two sporadic parties going by themselves, here and there.
Yeah, I think I'm not ruling it out, but I think it will be very difficult to have one coalition for all the opposition. I think it's looking very impossible, and but it doesn't necessarily mean that if there is all the opposition don't become one, you cannot remove the incumbency. No, that's not. I don't believe in that also.
Yeah, I think it'll approaching is more realistic, if you ask me, because there is need for coalition, but also 100% oppositional bay, even though that may be the target as we negotiate. But ultimately, that is pretty much impossible.
No, that's all pretty much impossible, and it doesn't necessarily. Why I said it doesn't necessarily mean that if there is no one coalition, we cannot win. Now, when you look at it in 2016, maybe without Mama Kande, it's possible that Jammeh may win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so having two or three opposition coalitions does not necessarily mean that the incumbency cannot lose. The opposition have to do their homeworks, and obviously, me and you, I think we talked about a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I there's no need to elaborate on all those things that need to be done, but it's possible that most likely there will be more than one coalition. Now, yesterday, you got a statement. Well, I'm not going to be harsh on him.
Exactly, and I like that too from you. I just want us to analyze
it
because I believe in freedom of speech, but I don't believe also Fanako, even though something is so sensitive, never come advise that the issue of coalition is sensitive, but we should just follow us let us not be harsh to ESA. They are all people we want to potentially align with them. But also we don't analyze the issue because he at the radio station television national television. I discussed openly downplaying the importance.
We have to be logical. We have to be logical, and he's entitled to his own opinion. Yeah, he said that he hasn't seen any empirical evidence, but I disagree with him. And he's nice, brother, because I know he's somebody you can engage intellectually. But when he said he talked about the polls,
Even Jammeh I try like a push to the statistical data,
exactly.
But he still insists that same data. If we have to go by that means Barrow will win because that's the only proof that we have. I mean, yeah, let's keep an
No, that data, okay, he said Barrow will win because he means that Barrow has more than 50%. Barrow has more than 50%. And also because, even if all the opposition come together, they'll vote man Barrow about C. Yeah, but logically that may be arithmetically correct, but logically it doesn't mean that the synergy when oppositions come together, they pull more votes. Right? So if they form good coalitions, they're gonna pull more. And secondly, after 10 years. Molia Barrow Dandulajele.
I like that point.
Yeah, because I remember in 2021, my government is only 2 years because it was a coalition government. And now, so many things have come out. People know whatever happens is his responsibility.
It's his responsibility, exactly. He cannot run away from the responsibility. The failure of the government lies on him as the leader.
Yeah. Exactly. And also there are some key issues the opposition is realizing. That election monitoring starts from the registration, not with. I don't mean that, trying to say, we carrying that you register this one, don't register this one. No, but even the issue of pooling agents. You cannot get it correct on the election day. You have to start it from the registration time. Your polling agents must be they must be tested during the registration. And any problems you have, you rectify them before the election. So, I think the opposition is realizing their weaknesses, but there are so many issues to tell Gambians. Why they should not give Barrow a third term. Because Barrow's only argument is that Jammeh's law says I can stay for 20 years. Therefore, I am going to contest for a third term.
Which is very sad, Jammeh.
But that's not what Gambians want. So, there will be a way we will have to explain this and many other things to the people of why there should not be a third term. Yeah, but like Esa's argument of empirical evidence. Empirical evidence, scientifically, we said there are two ways to reach a conclusion about data. So when you say empirical evidence, it means taking past data, analyzing it, and extrapolating it into the future. But if you said you don't want to take 2016 or 2021 data, and you're asking for empirical data, then which empirical data are you referring to? Because if you say Cyprus or what is the other one, Gambians or something again, whatever, all these are statistics taken by entities. And one of the key flaws of the data of the statistics or the polls is that they have contempt for Mama Kande. How can you bring a candidate that have never even got a pool, that have never even got an case also? Gambian politics Benjamin Tolman do ta filo kono we know. Ekavo Molieko Nimari is more electable than Mama Kande. And that person has never contested.
Yeah, I also believe that the inclusion of Talib in that data in one
Mama Kande can organize a huge rally tomorrow. Mama Kande can organize a huge rally tomorrow, anywhere in the country.
Yeah,
now,
what makes that data even more difficult to karamobabe isu soro gane nana ne dogola ngo sutela because nala diamol timo so na sinka understand ka time on dinda jannate kam moy I hope you're gonna get over it, but we already have another video stand by me alon ko nyanda wala play na ko karamobabe chanta mengeta yankubala very very interesting speech TBI menge combo burfoot ma fawla. Okay, so neo data you found jibe talib the inclusion in that. Okay, I'm not saying it's not necessary or needed, but in one way it is also confusing in order to project the future. So it will take a very, very constructive and critical analyst to be able to make something out of that. So politician or to make something out of it and convince me material politician is someone me alonko is somehow malamba fala nyadile madonga karamo ba drop ibajala se muruna ko teke because ngajala ba try kam pour kam on a secondary device. So me mengalambe yankuba natila nanjang yankuba a very interesting fenko le kijang ngo nati na ngo play. What is this? This one. Ha. So mbe yanko bala nyum video nat la because it's a very interesting video and mfana kuma kama mbe video is very very interesting.
Bar katala balle muji.
Okay.
As a Gambia on say tentu ye jayi CEO anala timo mulbe ala barka gondanda baake wala na kabrina da ye afonye komi nyina mu ila hamen pot kamar so lo sate sabado o dula sabado na tunno kan andum ebe fonnin nyina lale pour ka sena bari area council ngi layde num comme million fulale diela banne sabasa sodo no bela kol sonen la bari do men fanam de ko wole bulo bonni koy hani be sabo kala comme man ngol gamen fo iko jinyine nane woyo ben dol be mira la marso fudan la tinden do sanju mane ani wati juma comme council ya bo nyamin council do ko bela dala council do kabiro be dala kay ne ko ngattin dun to la marché ko tibul say me mira lo marché o be sul la nyami ton na de ko ñu la fa ko marché o lo be sula la ñu na gamale la o mu ji ñu na ne wayo ben dal wana ko ko hani wo kay mbana me million sabo dun la woto le na ne so nga marché o to tin to na so de jamweli na so to ñu tam pour fu ñu tam lu bi ala na tan de ma nga signing ceremony ke manna dawodo marseul be fonge be yer anu ne marseul je akata nyabo ku tibake bayri marseul na daga marseul ti mashallah momo ye fay so kontan anu wokera no min kamma wala mo ya contact wol min ta wala saba group di be fanantentula be jayila dollasio bergama ire kansul kana bitema sanje fula kari lulu berang kari woro nyamolan di zambati bare wo wato kono nga marché o min lo min bi ko ni sifa ñine mo marché tang anen fulat andum burfu central la marché o belo ka wo man konti je folo marché jama fanam belo kan wol be man konti fo tentem fon ko namo min ka bo molu kan akana area council do wala murunde la nang tundol to saje tundo sa council development o keno andu nyimu kule de mi ala kuma da ba imaje nata marché yolola barim betala le basket do fanande na le fendo fanan ko basket do kono alko grijo membe siloka parmi e jagali fole ñirin karo ko sula kuno ko wanda ko marché ko algalwa ñira na brijo la bari inshallah brijo fana man kolea ntolla ka do ko ke ñami badunga faram fansi jang isaje fe e gamin fo so kana no kana so fa bayri samosa nga fenne di tundo lan kamin fo world development fund nga wili kemen ulu dinu burfut word la ablaya fe na ngay kurango extend ta bonam burfut ka fa dan nan tinden ko keta say marché o fanan nata na million dunni wot san bridge o fanan na mengela mbuka fo hafolon ngam molle folo bulay bridge o nyin access ya fo nyaabe kala jelle bar bridge o to nyaawo be enare le ko enare le la do ko moti so min be kela be enare fanan kumande la le nga foy fanayena ya jibe e tol folo ba jibe la waran nin tol tali ya jibe mbaytandi le tol fananna foy tol se go ahead di follow isa follow ha sangal sitaliya de la tengana de dano because luwa e min fa ku silo mume be banko kan abe adokuo ka maintenance anin ka construct ko mo enare la dokuo ama fo kan brijo la dokuo be silo la ko nimbi ndolunga brijo de da na selem de san enare na rasame ko be silo de la du ma problème wona ayde na brijo boyle na loku ko min mutanya do sen ko mat o ye silo selende santo mi aloka be post la mamba so wala na niba kala a foi fulo ni sitango fo NRA sinale e tolie mira sama ni tol be silo de dal ala haydnan tatarramin tole brijo nyina level sina technical specification o de da ya fo kan tolie nabe brijo nyina dal la nyanta kala ten ande nabe de dal fana aka kumma yale pour NRA fana yana ya supervise na silo de dal no burkama banim ba de dal NRA kanale taraje folo ko cemento check lak la mixo ni banyam bayri tolle alom number 1 famani beton famodi le katale ya test la lab photo katale beton test yana ne ya konya ni beton la quality bedara kenyo fana be wala nyama fengo fenna be kele ka be dal because ni be brijo de dal brijo mo fen kum ma de moto basi nanu la e jolo so ite fenke no la jemi alon quality less andu banko kam be alon kansul ka bullo ke bar bullo la lo mu enare ay to le silo so ku fulale biye safa bijanne contractual leti se tol fanam bulanole ya jibe nye ya fonye
Okay, Karamoba.
Yeah.
Yes, Karamoba Murdanane. So obviously, manana camera open. We can continue, I believe. Nganying video sort of nunjang purka itandi ka play. Bajala ko ning karamo ninga technical issues sort of drong. We don't have to keep the viewers just watching
Yes.
like that.
So
This is very interesting.
I was talking about the data thing. I'm following the debate about Chairman Yankuba.
Okay. Okay. So you want to chime? You want to
Yeah,
have
and
share your 1 cent there? You don't mind?
no, because I only have my battery is not going giving me time, and I had to bring the other phone back again. I don't know what. So, but I have 5 minutes.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is something in the local government that I have observed, from my consultancy, and Gambia ni nyanta mbumbe bul.
Ha.
A bunjang 2-3 story building be double.
Ha.
Sometimes it's even possible that you are paying the same rate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the law says that you pay council tax based on the value of the property,
Yes. Yes.
but the property must be valued.
Yes. Yes.
But the government is the one that is supposed to value the properties.
Yes. You are right.
So now, if you don't value my property,
Mm-hmm.
you come to ask me council tax is ninyanta muntio 1,000 jo bunjan nani tio is paying 1,500. What kind of thing is that?
Wole Fanga Keren West Coast, all those luxury properties,
No,
they are
all over the councils. This is the problem. Unless the government comes in and do what they're supposed to do. Even the hotels and all these big commercial houses, they are paying very small amount of money, and the councils are helpless.
yes. Yes.
So you
Yes.
need a government to come with the willpower.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do that, the council revenues obviously can go up, can multiply.
Yes. 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 I believe the ceiling right now in West Coast, KMC, there was an update, to be honest with you. KMC was updated earlier than West Coast. West Coast become a bakele because it all still now they are paying ila gal kamenjo wo Brufut property and all those places. Well, Bay Kamenjo is more like I think you have defaulting answer about 2 million
No,
or something like that. Nothing more than that. You understand?
it's a problem. It's a
Yeah.
problem that
So and some of them are
the
15
problem
million,
the
15
council
million
cannot.
value. Yeah, 15 million Cordal and Doldi, 20 million property land Doldi. So all those they are still at like 2 million eco tax knowledge. So every 500,000,
No, and you
$2,000.
cannot. The council cannot force them to pay more. Why? Because they
Ime la dulaning malamba fala nyadile. Ima evaluate. I think I want to have chairman on this one day. that will be very, very interesting. Or somebody very, very knowledgeable from BSc. But I think I have an understanding of it, because Brikama Area Council, all these properties in West Coast, they are still paying like, for 2,500. So last time they evaluated this been a while ago. So by default, a lot of them are paying like 2,000 worth. Yeah, understand? 2 million property. They are worth 20 million. They are still paying tax as if the property is worth 2 million. So what are the young score? Back to the people. It's based on data and what is actually possible. It is not based on just some fancy talks here and there. It is actually based on what is possible. But ngamere ninkaramo bana askino nabe talala jangasai. So memengala ninkaramo bama murno nang be yangs la nyine labanna den ibaja concept programme dan no because nyimbe damento nga ku jamala discourse nga kuma jamala discourse but ning yang setan tay ñolay bro
ñin kodo nankam karnal be brido de la ñanta kanya na wala fi wala estimate cost de wo cost ñin na do yada amasiya bage yalla kali duno lankun na do yada bage amasiya ngula bendu na goro banda siya ran ngol ngamen gam fanan kana la ngala sa to kan aha ngam yombe wala nasiya sado ngabala kordaw kordal bere se simet bodo sabayna kordaw korda simet bodo saba kansuli kenyoning betemoning roto san den nindo kuwato sidanga ko sado foninge mobe benje benga kete sito ngabunga ning fenke tambela ngolo ke brikaw kabri sama kana me ndefo wala nim mol kadra do hula kabri somonda fo 12 o'clock ñine atina ñina min jiona da ko lo birka marché ka kata man contracto tam famule mura famule yak nde famule ni kasimet mixing ke ni e pousse o ke so alkal bay pare de bani birka mo ni ga mo Chinese wala mu de e ko mu Chinese o mala be na burfu no gol mo be boro de Ibrahima. So inshallah na dunota den ala sonda janni sama ko no comme nga fanyami be safa danilale ye mako e quotation ola andem be fendile la bodile la ya dada ni ya dada nyam nyata kala nyame ni o dada den mina sambala enarele na itani la ko lafta brijo le dedala tintinto a brijo nying ñina mon to la specification or itol fana be la mol kila na ne na ya jibe ni d'accord ko ha go ahead na dita nga course ñen jibe ko nga ko ñame na ci ara galo be ko man dalde boy o ke sai e sa te mol ya ko mo moy ñin ñim fena kansul be ñim don fela na ni d'accord da lu même bagage lu fudata burun mo kana ño sabanje be nga pousse o muta nga pelo lu muta nga okala ata do ko sila babanna nga wala fo tesito wala ka do ko tariyandi ata la ka do ko fanan da sonen ne wonde ni ko ba be ke la contrat ko ta ko do ka siya ba ka sometime wala nan ka ko ba ke la jaar mbagana ke no jaara ida ga jaar ko because budget to demand ne siya bayri na budget to ni ajibe nyama koram bali tol bijele inka mo la nyamo ko adumu mo jamale la suloti in komodo ni bodo karam to dinno la karam mo to ke ma ko kata karamala o fanan na niyo gol wo development o tundo la $1 million o fanan na niyo gol modo lu ni sasa tay kana daniro la council pour nge ma ko e jaralo ko fanan niyo go tundo ku jama la niyo bije andun tundo warra mo siara ni abo dole ko betala tindin do ngata kata brijo le loje ba fole amra tindin do man mañole ni la wa ko dal mo tindin do sain te ali marjo tam tindin do ali courant tam tindin do sain brijo fanan tindin so warne ala sonda ni nga ke o nyama ikaje jama bala diamu buka fenke anu burfutum kolu e tolle katere yaga fo birgama doron sado de ñin tundor ando nen ko tendo nangalo birgama kolu abala fo bir futu doron sado de dolle en tundor ba bar ko dum kontanta baake bi kana futa jang nen ala sonta marsew soniyata kurama soniyata birijo tem ko katala birijo fanan be sone ala le inshallah so mbalbe tentula be mobe jayila nañolu amarsew karfalla a komi ka fo ñamin alkalba bodum do man no ka sodo jeng ka talalde anden kan so banan kam balu wolde do man no ka sodo jeng al ben na multilade nanande ga fo dala sitak o banan ka pol so nandele so ne ala sonda wole fanan ka yirwa fena ko min ibrahima ya bonyami nim korjedo so dan dala no kaza Gambia ko den bro naso da fonsinalo kansul nga vali o marché min dunya sai korjedo so dan modol ko la fon nan man nalo marché o da ala mbakala babu oto do man no min ka so je nin sato loka be samba nin sato katara to kala fi men mo sato fana en lon feje bayri mo nyanta so la mi alo ka be mar la ka a clean a fita sadia se senea nin tata fo nyato se kantengol lono sadia kantengol fana e feng a futa nanje nin ala sonda a marché o lo kuta bayra be sila balakan nin ala sonda ni silo fana be bola a feng ko to fana be dala la ke mela inshallah so nina mu kumoti la fonen folan kontanta bake tentento ngal jayi kontanta bi bayri nata yirwale jura sata kono kasa Gambia tento na kansulo alla kansulo mo jata balde de do kula balem de do kula ba ani birka man ko ya jayi wala le bar wodoro nga jayi wala baniya ja kada wote a kontongol fanam falinga bondi Jammeh to nga kada wote ala baraka baake
Okay, Allah baraka bake. Thank you so very much. Allah baraka. Program ni de jampala ko dega obviously meda janne Wandifa ala program go be jampala 2 hours is very rare pour ngage akasoto barabga siaba. So ngal tento ngal jay ale kiaman na diamo moy janne ndekala fi ñen kusi fala. You see he was already talking about the Tacito initiative and nia jibe fanan ala diamo ko ne kaje ko already he is telling them about it la ko alkam men foda skino ko di jamala be sula la pour ka dunje bare mba trial and be contract ko nyim how we can go around it by way of ngatul fumol da dundi ji hanar no ngatul fumol be korda charge la simenti botol la ni lafta korla la wala fisayata dan ka ko be yanin contracting contract ni ne Gambia betinya. And I like this mentality young men nadi wala ñindi ko have your own maintenance and construction team engineering team me yalan ko wala ra dokola so ñim project ko la mon le fon ba dokola te ñim contract la ka di mol so ibajira ko the cost will come down almost 50 to 60% because contract la jori taraja la profit taraje mol le me yanko be salary ju so kana already ya wana sana ibo le sambala ita ya doku ite be menkala wala le joran fana ni ko do man si ita ko korda okay alsimenti bodo sabanati ñimuñu la salolti ñu ya salo kuma ya lon so ni koy korda simenti bodo clean wala simenti bodo fula depending on council menade ibaje la ko ñin la ka keno feasible promise ti me yala ko hanatar nun ko kodo ñi tata yata man kodo ñi soto asirimo ise murna mol kam bari yeñim foyle ko mbe sula la to fon bul fenna natun ko ata sila ñina mu tesito karamo bala diamo ko rejang ay tesito do man nim fonyal jawara la taymo tesito mu kumere ne jalba ko yata fon ya denkille ñille mu weti sol ñantan na banko develop la ñame bari mbako ñembe ko ma bakel amanke ko force an already developed country mais ala safo ko molmo ñaaso do aussi falde kelano non tesito ñande kelale hansa youth sol be banko kande jamabi me yalla ko fay be kata dogula ni community ko no la community project ko nadle ko mo le findi ibe findi la anu yaajal ni di fakko laboral be community ñim fam tout di tesito yat na ñi saloni ni salo ñanda cost la million la it's going to maybe take them 400,000 cost ñim kunduta so ñine ati nante nga ati ndo baake nakeba kendo la nyaton kay la, to be honest with you, I kono fa bakala en kontan. And this is what nyina ka tinna ni sifale jareta ke fasa politiko kono because ate malondi yaje momo nyin approach ta maloto ta raje aketa nyanya council si struggle nyanya financially ni mu project gol melan ko sa realist as if franken even if amam budget ni asamba council approve the draw, you can very easily work on it because the tacito initiative is there. You can do it through a tacito initiative. So ni mu kulel di melan ko wentul nyabo bakele ka chairman te do bakela ka jey ba inshallah nyin ka jaba continue la because namira nin kramo ba ko a trial le na weekly la for no ndaga try pour nin kramo ba kana weekly but comment la work schedule nyin I have to not the consult like to agree on a particular date, but he's very flexible. I already have him like 2 times. Already without having to agree to any specific date. Which we want to do because media from after all about the audience they want something predictable. They want certainty. They want consistency. So definitely a time of agree which we will communicate to you. But January we are rolling. We cannot go on trial nim kube kere na fintina karamo ba, to be honest, nga sama janne bi lecture la nga sama educative kacha nga sama wol but I'm disappointed. Anata la kacha ta londo tala dinne wol tema ay londo buruntu defa wasila nga kacha la mayko very interesting kacha. So ala baraka baka to men bebe la moral ngal tentu ngal jay inshallah we will catch up here again. Alnal badi mala Wandifa sana ala baraka baka.